Tonight, hit with the heavy stuff, messy commutes, and highway danger as the region digs out from a wet snowfall. Plus, cuts at the Catholic School Board.
When supports like this are removed, it sends a message that the system is not fully committed to the students.
Details on the budget shortfall and the potential programs lost. And honored for his local impact.
This is something that perhaps we never thought about when we arrived in this country.
The Order of Canada for the founder of Sunfest.
CTV News with Carlyle Fiset.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with today's wild weather across southern Ontario. Emergency crews say they've responded to hundreds of crashes in our region. And in one case, 2 police officers were sent to hospital when their cruisers were struck on Highway 403 near Woodstock. They were attending this crash, struck from behind near Highway 53. According to police, both officers were inside their respective vehicles at the time. One was helping a driver who was involved in the original collision. Another had just shown up to assist. Police say they've laid careless driving charges.
Please slow down. Take your foot off that gas pedal. Get to where you're going safely. But more importantly, let's just get home safely to all of our family members. The last thing we want to do is knock on someone's door saying that they've been injured or they're deceased as a result of a preventable crash. So everybody, let's do the right thing, the smart thing. Let's make sure we take our time, leave enough time, room, and distance between you and other vehicles, have a full tank of gas, and just reduce your speed.
Lots of active weather to talk about, but before we get to that, we are live on location tonight at Mercedes-Benz London. Now, tonight is a very special night. We're joined by Craig Jones. He is the founder of Golfers Care. This is a big event in support of the London Food Bank. Craig, tell us a little bit about Golfers Care and tonight's event.
Well, first of all, thanks for being here, Julie. Yeah, Golfers Care is a interclub Christmas celebration, and we've had now for, I think this is the 15th year. And we bring all the local London golf courses together, as well as surrounding golf courses. And again, this year, this city has stepped up again, and we're hoping to break $1 million to the London Food Bank over the 15 years.
That's really incredible to talk about a number like that in support of our community. And when you thought about bringing together all of these different golfers, the golfing community, did you ever imagine you'd be here today?
Not for a second, Julie. This started, like I say, in a little restaurant downtown London with a half a dozen guys. I think we raised $350. We gave to your friend Wayne Dunn for Business Cares, and look where we are 15 years later.
And the food bank helps and supports so many people in our community. Golfers Care is in support of Business Care's food drive and the big Christmas, all of the events going on. Tell us what's happening here tonight.
Well, here's tonight. We'll probably have between 200 and 400 golfers here who have all donated to come here. This is a no-charge event. We have them come. We have corporate sponsors, which I have to thank, and I have to thank the Finch family. They shut this location down for us every year and let us use it. So thank you very much, Finch family.
All right, well, tonight is bound to be a wonderful evening. Again, all in support of the London Food Bank and that big number. You said breaking $1 million. What is the exact number you're hoping to raise tonight to get to that $1 million?
We're hoping to get to $150,000 to $200,000 tonight.
Incredible. Thank you so much for joining us. Lots of people coming out tonight in the weather that we've had today. It's been an active weather day. We had snowfall warnings in effect. Now we have snow squall warnings, and that means the winds have shifted to the northwest and behind this system. Snow squall warnings in effect in through London, Middlesex, Eastern Lambton County, Huron, and Perth. That includes Oxford, Brant, and Haldimand. So as we head through tonight, squall action will be developing downwind of Lake Huron. Temperatures are dropping, so that means all of that snowfall out there is icy and crunchy, -2 to -4 across the region. And when you factor in the wind chill, feeling close to -10. Now, I mentioned the wind shift. The main snow associated with the Alberta Clipper has moved out of our area, but not after bringing about 10 to 20 centimeters of snowfall. Digging out across the region. We'll continue to dig out the areas under the warning. Could see another 10 centimeters of snowfall already starting to get going, as you can see. So there's that shift with the flurries coming off the lake. So expecting another 10 centimeters to develop in London overnight as the cold air flows in. Coming up, I'll take you through the extended forecast. We could have some bus cancellations in Midwestern Ontario tomorrow. I'll take you through that. And again, it looks like a rough night on the roads. go slow. Make sure your cars are completely cleaned off. And we'll take a look at some calmer days ahead in the extended forecast. I'll have all of that live on location for Mercedes-Benz London coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks very much, Julie. Fire destroyed an old home in Newbury overnight, and police say they're treating the circumstances as suspicious. With more on the investigation, here's Jerry Dewan.
Fire crews were called to the home at Haggerty Road and Railway Street in Newbury around 2:30 this morning. When they arrived, they found flames blanketing the rear of the home.
The home was a century home built approximately 1880s. Was actually in the process of having a new foundation put under it, so it was all jacked up on blocks.
Having the home lifted made fighting the fire more challenging.
We attended to find the rear of the home was well involved, and because of it being up on the blocks, I refused to dedicate my staff to any interior attacks. It was just too unstable, too unsafe to go beyond a surround and drown attack.
The home's owner is London resident Stephanie Royackers. She said she was too overwhelmed to speak on camera, but told CTV News there's evidence the fire was intentionally set. Middlesex OPP confirmed the fire is suspicious, and the OPP crime unit has taken over the investigation. Chief Trethewey says it can be tricky fighting fires in homes constructed in the late 1880s.
Depending on how the home was insulated, it's either going to be a slow smoldering burn, or it's going to act like it's going to have like a chimney effect where it carries through rapidly.
Once the fire was out, the concern was that the home could collapse onto the street.
We have a collapse zone that actually exceeds the center line of the road if it should fall down because it's compromised. So we have to knock it down to a safe level.
That work started shortly after 12 noon, and the home was reduced to rubble in just over an hour. Trethewey says the home was one of the oldest structures in town. In Newbury, Jerry Dewan, CTV News.
Thames Valley School Board officials say West Elgin Secondary in West Lorne will be closed for at least the rest of the week because of a fire in the basement this morning. They say the flames broke out before the school opened and no one was hurt. Sarnia police say a man was killed in a single vehicle crash last night. Police say they were called to a loading dock at the Lambton Mall around 7:30 p.m. They say they found a 66-year-old with no vital signs. According to police, paramedics did what they could, but he did not survive, and his name is being withheld until family are notified. Provincial police say they've concluded their investigation into the fatal crash that killed 5 people from Walkerton back in May.
Following a comprehensive review of all evidence and circumstances, it's been determined that no charges will be laid in relation to this incident.
The crash happened east of Thorndale involving 2 SUVs and a transport truck. 4 teenage students were killed along with their teacher, all from Walkerton District Community School. Police said 3 other people involved ended up with minor injuries. Officials with the Labour Ministry say they're investigating a workplace death in Forest. According to Lambton OPP, a 38-year-old was rushed to hospital Tuesday afternoon from a property on Douglas Line, and they did not survive. No details on how the worker was injured have been released. Provincial police have issued a Canada-wide warrant for a federal offender they say regularly visits London. Police say 37-year-old William Turner is wanted for breaching his release conditions. He's described as white, 6'4", 230 pounds with brown hair and blue eyes. He also has several tattoos. Police say Turner is also known to visit Woodstock, St. Thomas and Sarnia. The London Catholic School Board is warning of financial pressures. Trustees say they've reviewed options that could lead to major changes for students in specialized programs. With more on the budget shortfall and potential cuts, here's Rita Ismail.
The London District Catholic School Board says its revised budget for 2025-26 leaves it in the red, and that means the board must find savings fast.
The shortfall is at $4 million in funding, and we're spending that on specialty programs, transportation.
As a result, trustees voted at Tuesday's budget committee meeting to eliminate all transportation to specialty programs, a decision that would impact students at St. Mary's and Catholic Central High Schools.
Canceling transportation threatens the ability of many students to access the IB program and music streams. So for a lot of us, this transportation is not optional, but it's the only way we can attend these demanding and enriching programs.
In an attempt to save the service, students launched an online petition already collecting 1,400 signatures.
When supports like this are removed, it sends a message that the system is not fully committed to the students that are encouraged to work hard and strive for excellence. So I wanted to give students, parents, and the community a way to come together and show how important these programs are.
None of the 3 specialty programs receiving transportation are funded by the Ministry of Education. 2 other cost-saving busing options were presented to trustees but were not selected.
We project our enrollment to increase. But what if it doesn't increase? Then we're not going to receive the funding. Then your deficit is going to increase and you're left with being non-compliant.
Trustees will vote on transportation options December 15th. Any changes would take effect in September 2026. Rita Ismail, CTV News.
Perth County OPP say they're investigating a theft from a local church. According to police, a large bell was taken November 21st from a property in Mitchell. It's about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. Officers say it's made of cast bronze and has the words "The Hacienda" inscribed on it. A pair of new schools opened in northwest London earlier this year, but the ward councillor is concerned, saying they began welcoming students before proper road safety measures were put in place. Daryl Newcomb reports.
Northwest Public School opened earlier this year without the full complement of pedestrian and cyclist safety features to protect students around Burroak Drive. And according to Councillor Corinne Rahman, just down the street, St. Gabriel Catholic School faced similar deficiencies.
One of the things that we heard was, why wasn't this done before the school opened?
Rahman notified city staff about the deficiencies that put students at risk in the fast-growing neighborhood near Sunningdale and Hyde Park Road.
We need speed bumps around the school. The way that the traffic flows with 700 kids may be different than a school that has 300 kids.
We still opened the school with those concerns not addressed yet.
On Monday, Rahman asked city staff what can be done in the future to ensure that road safety features are installed before schools open in new subdivisions.
There's been ongoing dialogue just recently prompted out of this learning, but also other sites. We certainly want access to schools to be convenient and safe.
Create the environment for kids and their parents to walk and cycle to school. We do that by making sure that traffic is calmed, that we have pedestrian crossovers, that we have appropriate signage.
Rahman acknowledges the school locations on Burroak were chosen after the subdivision agreement was in place between the developer and city. She wants to ensure future subdivision agreements include language requiring traffic calming and other road safety features be in place at the right time.
For residents, what they want to know is that these things will be in place beforehand, and we do that through good communication back and forth with the school.
Updates to the traffic bylaw, including no stopping zones around Northwest Public School, will be considered by council next week. Daryl Newcomb, CTV News.
Another player acquitted in the summer's World Junior Sexual Assault trial has signed a pro contract. Dylan Dubé has signed for Springfield in the American Hockey League, which is the minor league affiliate for the St. Louis Blues. The 27-year-old hasn't played in the NHL since 2024 with the Calgary Flames. He most recently played in the Russian Hockey League last season. A surprise resignation last night from Canada's ambassador to the U.S., leaving a major vacancy at a pivotal time in Canada-U.S. relations. With more on the succession plan now forced on the Prime Minister, here's Mike Lecouture.
She's been a remarkable ambassador.
She handled herself very well in some very difficult circumstances, and wish her all the best.
Kirsten Hillman announced she will be stepping down in the new year, adding the move was first discussed when Prime Minister Mark Carney came into office.
And exceptional public servant, we're all in her debt, and I just want to thank her again for her contribution.
Hillman leaves as trade talks around sectoral tariffs like steel and aluminum remain stalled, and the official review of CUSMA is months away.
I think it's important that we have someone in place that is going to be here through the conclusion of those discussions.
Are you considering Mark Wiseman as a replacement?
Sources tell CTV News Mark Wiseman will likely be named the next Canadian ambassador to the U.S. He's held a number of senior roles at asset management firms and was chair of the Century Initiative,
whose stated mission is to triple the population of Canada to 100 million people, a policy that is designed to profit multinational corporations by driving wages down and housing costs up.
The policy that the member across refers to has never been and will never be the policy of the Government of Canada.
No matter who is chosen, a former policy advisor to Justin Trudeau on Canada-U.S. relations says the role requires someone who can engage with all stakeholders.
That's a major part of the role, not just from the business community, but from civil society, labor leaders, others, to make sure that their interests and concerns are represented in talks with the U.S.
With Hillman's departure in the new year, the Prime Minister says her successor will be named in the coming weeks. Mike Lecouteur, CTV News, Ottawa.
The newest recipients of the Order of Canada will be honored in Ottawa tomorrow, and among them, the founder of London's Sunfest. With more on what that recognition means to him, here's Nick Paparella.
Sunfest is truly the little London festival that grew. And now its founder and artistic director, Alfredo Cascià, is receiving national recognition, being appointed to the Order of Canada.
I think that's something that is really, out of perspective, emotionally speaking, lots of emotions, feelings. My family is extremely excited and grateful and honored that we've been getting this recognition. And, this is something that perhaps we never thought about when we arrived in this country.
Sunfest is a music festival that brings the world together in London, and 40 years ago, Alfredo and his young family arrived in Canada from a world away, being political refugees from Guatemala.
Which is a little bit different than being an immigrant, because a refugee is always forced by the different circumstances to leave their countries. So we were absolutely new to this country. We didn't know what to expect, where you have to go through all those kind of experiences, challenging, adapting, new language, racism, discrimination, all those kind of issues that we have to face at the very beginning, and trying to contribute to make this community a better place to live through the arts, because I think this is so important to say. Arts is such a powerful vehicle and bringing people together.
From Victoria Park, Sunfest is not only recognized in London and southwestern Ontario, but it's known across the province and Canada, and by world music performers from around the globe for more than 3 decades.
We just thought that was going to be something incredible. And, initially, people were very pessimistic about something like this happening in a city like London, Ontario. But we want to believe that through the festival, through all the activities and programs that we have been doing, we make people aware, of how art is incredible and plays an incredible role in the social and political lives of our communities.
Alfredo gets emotional when talking about the honor, choosing to redirect the recognition to others.
I would love to dedicate this recognition to my family, Patty, Alfie, Mercedes, now Emiliano, our grandson. But of course, I would like to dedicate this to everyone who came to this country or has come to this country as a refugee, and with their hard work and with dedicated, passion, have made our communities a better place to live.
Nick Paparella, CTV News.
A pedestrian bridge has reopened in Huron County 8 months after construction started. As Scott Miller reports, the project took longer and cost more than originally expected.
These spectacular views of the Maitland River in Goderich you can only get from the Menasautung Bridge are once again available to the public.
When we started, I don't think we really understood the scope of this project and how time-consuming and everything, but wow, are we happy to have this open now.
The final construction fencing came down today, bringing to an end an 8-month-long construction project that started April 22nd and saw 4 gigantic concrete piers that support the 250-ton former rail bridge restored and refurbished. A 2020 engineering report found potentially serious structural issues with the bridge that needed immediate attention. but simply getting equipment and workers up to the 750-foot-long bridge to do the precarious and precise work was a challenge.
I think one of the main things was access. When we looked at it over a year ago, that was kind of the main question, is getting equipment out. It's quite a distance from the road. So we made use of some specialized equipment to help with that, and I think everything worked well.
The Minnesota Bridge was a train bridge from 1907 to 1988 and was saved from the wrecking ball by a group of volunteers who turned it into a walking bridge in 1992. This was the first major construction project to extend the life of the bridge since then.
It's an old structure, so you don't know, but we have gotten all the critical things done now, and so that should make it safe for a very long time.
One might think, who's actually going to show up here for the reopening of a pedestrian bridge in the middle of winter? Well, Marion says that people have been harassing her for weeks, if not months, waiting for the reopening date.
People don't just support this bridge, they love this bridge in this community. And to hear from folks that use it to walk to work, to cycle, they're so excited to get back to their day-to-day routine with the bridge.
The final price tag for the bridge repairs, $1.1 million, much more than the original budget of $700,000. And the work took 3 months longer than expected too. So it cost more and took longer than anyone thought. But it was work that had to be done, and now it's open for everyone to use again, say bridge volunteers.
It goes for all the seasons. There'll be people skiing, snowmobiling the other side of the bridge out into the country.
A grand opening ribbon cutting for the Minnesota Bridge on North Harbor Road will take place this Saturday. In Goderich, Scott Miller, CTV News.
A major boost for the London Food Bank today, the beneficiary of a $50,000 donation from the Nazem Kadri Foundation. With more on today's announcement, here's Brian Bicknell.
Oh, this is amazing. Oh, that is totally amazing. Look at that.
An act of kindness that will go a long way to helping families in need.
We can do a lot with 1 can of tuna. We can do a lot with 50,000 cans of tuna. So $50,000 is absolutely amazing. Hi, how are you?
London-born NHLer Nazem Kadri has donated $50,000 to the London Food Bank through the foundation that bears his name.
So, I mean, you always, I think, are proud of where you're from. And, the side note as well with the food bank, I mean, it's all volunteer based. So we have some great people that are, trying to contribute and trying to do what they can to help out the community.
The foundation holds a number of events each year to raise money for worthy causes, says committee member Mo Haydar.
And every year we pick 2, 3, 4 organizations that we feel as a committee are in need and can use those funds to help our community, and this is just the benefit of it, to hand out those checks and be able to help people.
Food Bank co-executive director Jane Roy says the donation comes at a time of unprecedented need. In the month of October alone, the food bank helped 6,125 households. That's a single-month record for the organization.
It's food inflation, it's costs, it's the fact that people aren't finding work. Some people are losing jobs. It's all of it. Like, everything seems to be going up. And I think it just gets tougher and tougher and tougher.
Brian Bicknell, CTV News.
When we come back, it's the Tee Up with Brent Lael. We'll have the latest on the Hunter brothers and their role behind Canada's bench at the World Juniors, and who will be in charge of the Knights while they're away.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We begin tonight with Ontario's latest.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVLondon.ca, your home for news.
It's time to build a toy mountain. Make this holiday season merry for so many kids. Bring new unwrapped toys to CF Masonville Place.
All in support of the Salvation Army. We will be collecting donations November 21st to December 24th.
With all donations helping families right here in our community. Toy Mountain, supported by Gomez Appliances, London Bass Center, and UBC Built Local 1946.
Let's make this the best toy mountain ever. Visit ctvlondon.ca for more ways to donate.
Well, welcome back. It's time for the Tee Up with Brent Lail. And with the holidays approaching, Brent, it's also getting close to World Junior season, and there are plenty of local connections.
Yeah, Dale and Mark Hunter will be running the team for Canada, and the preliminary 27-man roster includes Londoner Jet Luchenko and Cameron Reid of Copenhagen near Ilmer. London Knights captain Sam O'Reilly also got the invite from Mark and Dale. He missed the summer evaluation camp due to injury, but he's put up 27 points in 27 games for the Knights. He's great on the draw and can play two-way hockey, which is key at this level.
Just try to be as reliable as I can out there, and try to help the team win some games there, and hopefully win a tournament. If so, being on the team, just try to do whatever I can to help out and chip in. But I think that's my game, just a reliable two-way. So, yeah, just try to do whatever I can.
Some exciting news for a local golfer, Brent, who has a chance to make the PGA Tour this weekend.
Yeah, Peyton Collins of Langton is in the 176-player field of the final stage of Q School. It will be played at TPC Sawgrass, with the top 5 finishers earning PGA Tour status. The next 40 go to the Corn Ferry Tour. And it's always a great excuse to show this video of Peyton from 17 years ago when he was just 8 years old. I did this story on him back in Tillsonburg in 2008.
And if my swing looked that good when I was 8 years old, I probably wouldn't be doing this job right now either, Brent.
Yeah, he spent last year on the PGA Americas Tour, and good luck to him this weekend. A treat for football fans this week in the Forest City. NFL Canada, in partnership with the OLG, brought the Vince Lombardi Trophy to Western Fair District. During Sunday's NFL games, fans got their photo with the prestigious award, which is given to the Super Bowl champion. The sterling silver trophy, made by Tiffany & Company, has the ball in a kicking position.
We are partnered with OLG and Proline specifically, and through that partnership, we were able to bring the Vince Lombardi Trophy here for this appearance. It's always exciting to be able to bring, that touch of football, especially to Canada. We don't have a team or we don't have a game, but it's always great to see NFL fans come out together and just get together and watch the game.
Brent, the winter high school sports season is now well underway.
Yeah, the Oak Ridge Oaks are the defending AA Ofsa volleyball champions, having won the title earlier this year in North Bay. This year, they're playing AAA, and while their roster isn't complete just yet, they're off to a winning start. The Oaks have a young roster, but they'll get a boost in the new year when power hitter Anna Stojanovic is expected to return from British Columbia. Right now, she's part of the National Excellence Program. Until then, the Oaks are building chemistry with a new group, which includes a few grade 10s.
It's great to be back, but also just having the new opportunity of playing up a level is always fun. And yeah, coming back and being with new people is always great to expand our team, and our team culture is so good, and being able to spread that is just great.
The energy is super great. And it's just we never doubt ourselves. We're always super cheerful, always cheer each other on. So I feel having that energy as also as a newer team, I feel that will also help us build more.
And wrapping up with the World Juniors again, and the Canadian team under the direction of the Hunter brothers.
Yeah, Dale Hunter will leave Thursday for Niagara Falls, where he will run the World Junior training camp. While he's away, it means his son Dylan and his nephew Rick Stedman will be in charge of the Knights. When Dale Hunter leaves to coach Team Canada, his son and nephew will take the reins of the Knights. Dylan will be the head coach, while Rick Stedman will work with the defense.
We just do it by how many years we've been here, so we've been a little bit longer. So, we've all been together for a better part of 10, 12 years now.
Dylan jokes that his experience leapfrogs him into the head coaching role. However, his cousin Rick is older.
Not by much, so only by a couple days. So he was here a couple years before.
Similarly to when Mark and Dale left to coach Team Canada in 2020, associate GM Rob Simpson will step onto the bench as a third coach. Dale has full confidence in handing the duties to his son.
Been around hockey a long time. He knows what being around the guys a lot, and he knows what to do with the drills and how to run a bench.
He gives us a lot of responsibility for sure. We do a lot of the interviews. He lets us do a lot of the systems on the ice and looking after the PK or the power play for Dylan. So yeah, we just got to step up and make sure we keep running things the same way.
Dylan does aspire to be a junior hockey head coach. It's something he's talked about with his dad, but for now, he's happy in his current role. He's ready to root on his family while supporting Team Canada, and he even had a hand in scouting the initial 27-man roster.
It's our pastime, all of ours, Canadians, right? I mean, Boxing Day games, and it's growing up watching it, all the different players. It's cool. It's nice to see. I got a better view on the whole CHL now. We've been watching tape for the last month. Yeah, there's a lot of guys to scout, so we just all watch tape together and then see who we all like and talk about it. It's big. There's some good teams coming in this tournament, so you never really know.
Team Canada training camp begins Friday. Brent Lale, CTV News.
Rejoining Julie Anderson now, live on location for us tonight for a look at the forecast tonight. Julie, over to you.
Thank you so much, Carlyle. Today was a very busy day in the Weather Center. Rounds of snowfall pushing through associated with that Alberta Clipper. Now the cold air starting to cool over the Great Lakes tonight, and that is leading to a lake effect flurries. We are under a snow squall warning in London, and snow squalls will be developing tonight. From Park Hill to London, we could see some significant accumulation. Our high today hitting a +1. Briefly this afternoon, we came above the freezing mark for the first time in a while. Our low -2. So when you compare that with what's normal, coming in above. We haven't been able to say that in a while. Look how low that pressure is, and the winds out of the north-northwest, 26 kilometers per hour, and the winds will be gusting out of the northwest. Tomorrow, a westerly flow. So the system snow moves out. It lasted a bit longer than I had expected it to. Snowfall amounts ranging in our area anywhere from 10 to 20 plus centimeters. The lake effect snow starting to activate now over all the Great Lakes. Heavy snow is expected downwind of Georgian Bay as well. Barrie could see upwards of 50 centimeters of snowfall. Now in our area, Huron, Perth, you could see 20 plus centimeters. Grey, southern Grey County, southern Bruce County, possibility of about 25 centimeters to 30. Now you can see the cold air. We'll have waves of cold in the extended forecast. Starting overnight tonight, we'll have wind chills close to about -18. Overnight in London, we'll drop down to -6. Mount Forest, KW, -9 to -10. So watch as we go out 36 hours. And lake effect snow, variable snowfall amounts. So that's means that you can see some higher accumulations in some areas as these squalls shift, but there looks to be one locking in over the city of London, which will lead to upwards of 10 centimeters of snowfall. They will wind down Thursday night and into Friday. There'll still be some lake effect squall action towards the Bruce Peninsula, but the main flurries and squalls will come into London overnight again and into tomorrow. So let's take a look at snowfall amounts. It's difficult to range snowfall amounts on these forecast models because the snow squalls move, so they oscillate. So as they drift east and westward, that really changes things up. So we could see higher amounts if they lock in. At this point, eastern Middlesex County looks like, and northern areas will see higher amounts in areas to the south and west. Now winds gusting out of the west, 30 upwards of 50 kilometers per hour. Tomorrow will be cold in the morning, that's for sure. And the high coming in at -3. Mainly cloudy on Friday and -3 as we head towards your Saturday, -6 and -6 with flurries on a Sunday. These waves of cold coming in will keep us well below normal until Wednesday. And that's where things are going to shift. We're going to see temperatures come back up to where we should be for this time of year. So we're going to battle our way out of that deep freeze. Overnight lows anywhere from -6 to -7. So again, flurries and snow squalls expected tomorrow, 10 to 20 centimeters as we head through parts of Huron and Perth, Grey and Bruce. Again, if you're under one of those squalls, you know how she goes. You drive into it, and then as you come on out the other side, there's no snow at all, and that'll be what tomorrow's weather will be like. There'll be some peaks of sunshine as we head toward Thursday afternoon. Mainly cloudy on Friday and -4, -6 on Saturday and Sunday. Flurries in terms of snow-producing systems. No big clippers coming in, but Monday we could see about 2 to 4 centimeters of snowfall. So flurries ending, and then another system comes in with a bit of snow. Now, 62% of families come 4 times a year or less to the London Food Bank, and 6% just come once a month. And the London Food Bank assists 92 other programs and 34 agencies. So events like tonight, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars, and all of that money stays right here in our community, and all of the money raised tonight, of course, going to the London Food Bank in support of the Business Cares food drive. So a big night. People are filtering in. It is getting busy. Hopefully you can hear me quite nicely at home, but it's getting quite loud in here as the festivities get underway. I'll send things back to the newsroom. Carlyle?
Loud and clear. Thanks very much, Julie. Coming up, booking made easier. The restaurant technology taking over reservations.
Have you checked out the Lottomax jackpot recently? Because it keeps going up and up and up, and we want it to be yours.
It's up to $80 million, and you have a chance to win a $100 OLG gift card at 7:10 tomorrow in Pricetown. Good luck.
Hit the road with Mickey Mouse and his pals for a high-octane ride when Disney on Ice presents Road Trip Adventures at Canada Life Place from January 15th to 18th. Enter online at ctvlondon.ca for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets.
Bank of Canada officials are keeping their key interest rate at 2.25%. They announced that decision this morning, saying the economy grew at a surprisingly strong 2.26% rate in the third quarter. They're also forecasting that ongoing economic slack will offset pressures associated with trade reorganization, saying that should keep inflation close to the bank's 2% target. An air transit pilot strike was averted last night. A tentative agreement was announced just hours before the strike deadline. Talks had been ongoing for a year, with the union pushing for similar gains made by Air Canada and WestJet pilots in recent contracts. The terms of the Air Transat deal have not been released and still need to be ratified. Air Transit officials say they're in the process of getting operations back to normal after numerous cancellations yesterday in anticipation of a possible strike. Restaurant operators are touting recent technology advances, making it easier to make and manage reservations. As Pat Foran reports, that's especially the case for larger bookings.
Minami, Toronto is a popular Japanese restaurant in the entertainment district. It's known for many of its signature dishes and specializes in flame-seared sushi. It's a choice for smaller groups, but over the years it's come to host many larger events.
One thing that we've always noticed is it's really challenging for people to book events that are larger than simple reservations.
General Manager Nicholas Tian says in the past it could be challenging for anyone trying to plan a large gathering at a restaurant. But he says using the online reservation service OpenTable, it makes it easier for party planners and restaurants to make it happen.
We've done more weddings and corporate bookings and large-scale bookings than ever before since bringing on this platform.
It's really about making it easier for diners to discover and book those large party opportunities or spaces.
OpenTable is available across Canada and allows diners to compare private dining rooms, semi-private spaces, and large group tables. You can check pricing, menus, and some businesses allow instant booking. OpenTable says it's win-win for both diners and restaurants.
In the old days, you used to have to pick up the phone and search, ask and call multiple different restaurants before you'd find availability. Now it's as easy as a couple of clicks and you've found the spot that you'd like to go to.
The company says its research shows almost 70% of those asked would rather host a party at a restaurant than in their home, suggesting private dining is gaining momentum.
Last night we had 30 people in the lounge. The night before we had 25 in the lounge.
OpenTable says 60,000 restaurants worldwide take part in its platform, and they help fill almost 2 billion seats each year. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Strength in the financial and base metal sectors helped Canada's main stock index nudge upward today. In Toronto, the TSX gained 246 points. In New York, the Dow added 497, the Nasdaq up 78. The Canadian dollar gained a modest 0.05 today. And on commodity markets, gold lost more than $11 an ounce, oil up 21 cents a barrel. Still ahead, major investment in the region's agriculture sector. A company with big plans for growth in Chatham-Kent. Welcome back. Liberal MP and former Cabinet Minister Karina Gould says she won't seek the Ontario Liberal Party leadership. Gould finished third in the federal Liberal leadership contest, behind eventual Prime Minister Mark Carney and former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. Gould says she began considering a run for the Ontario position after former leader Bonnie Crombie announced her plans to resign. Gould says she can be most effective by remaining in her role as an MP representing Burlington. A new Nanos poll is shedding light on the biggest financial pressures facing Canadians as the holiday season approaches. With more on the findings, here's Annie Bergeron-Oliver.
The malls may be busy, but this year many Canadians are focused less on presents and more on presents.
Me and all my friends make gifts for each other, and I feel like that makes it so much more lasting, and it's not like a cost worry thing in the holidays.
This holiday season, economic anxiety is high. According to a new Nanos report, 42% of people rank grocery prices as their top financial concern. 17% say their biggest concern is personal debt. 16% housing costs, 8% job security, and just 8% say they have no financial concerns.
You roll all that stuff up, and it's interesting, just paying for the groceries being the top concern that people think that they're going to have when it comes to 2026. So it's pretty basic.
The financial stress being tied to uncertainty around tariffs and the high cost of living.
If it was me, we'd be vegetarian, but I have good Canadian hockey players. They like their meat, milk, and cereal.
And for those wishing for prices to come down, the Bank of Canada says that would actually be bad news.
If we were to try to push the whole price level down, that would cause a severe recession in Canada. Nobody wants that.
So what can Canadians do to help their financial future? Experts say try tracking where money is coming in and going out.
Some lifestyles aren't sustainable anymore. Things have just gotten really expensive. So what you want to do with those big purchases, I think, is either avoid them or delay them or partition them. And maybe that's the best way to go.
Overall, inflation is expected to remain steady next year, with the Bank of Canada expecting it to hover around 2%. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Ottawa.
The risk of snow squalls developing overnight as winds shift to the northwest and snow squalls linger into Thursday. An icy wind chill feeling close to -18. Thank you to Tracy Silverthorne for this photo. Meet Crowley and Zombie. They're loving the snow and are ready for the holidays. As we count down, we are looking for a very cold weekend. Daytime highs Saturday into Sunday close to -6.
A major agricultural company is making a multi-million-dollar investment in Chatham, Kent, upgrading a seed corn processing and packaging plant in Blenheim. With more on what it means for the region's agribusiness sector, here's Chris Campbell.
Maizex Seeds is moving ahead with an $8.8 million overhaul of its Blenheim processing and packaging plant. A state-of-the-art upgrade the company says will improve cleaning, sizing, and automation for seed corn grown in Chatham, Kent.
It reaffirms that we are a great place to invest in, and we have great community people and great community businesses.
In a news release, Solio Agriculture CEO Casper Castra calls the project a significant investment by Maizex that not only supports the ability of their seed business to meet the needs of farm customers into the future, but also represents a commitment to Canadian-grown seed corn for Canadian farmers.
Maizex Seeds has been a part of Chatham, Kent for many, many years and are looked upon as leaders in what they do. This investment is going to greatly increase their production capacity.
The new facility will replace an older plant purchased in 2019, and Maizex officials say the design will mirror their Tilbury operation.
We have a bunch of companies in Chatham, Kent that are looking at investing in themselves and looking at technology. How do they get more efficient? How do they become more competitive inside of a real interesting market? So yes, this is really happy for Maizex. Again, they've been a pillar of the community for years.
The company says this region's long frost-free season and moisture conditions between the Great Lakes makes Chatham, Kent one of the best places in the world to produce high-quality seed corn. While the municipality hasn't been given full project details yet, local leaders say the investment sends the right message.
Blenheim being a very diverse community is obviously in the heart of prominent agricultural land. So maybe this might be a catalyst for other, companies similar or byproducts of companies to come into our community, invest. We do have some, the infrastructure in place, and hopefully this is, like I said, a catalyst to an amazing gesture by the company.
The timeline for construction or expected completion hasn't been released, but municipal officials say they're anticipating further updates from the company. Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Australia's social media ban for kids under 16 is now in effect. Sydney's Harbour Bridge was lit up in green and gold, marking the start of the ban. It's the first of its kind globally. 10 major social media platforms, including TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, must now block users under 16 or face massive fines. Roughly 200,000 accounts have already been deactivated on TikTok alone. A small plane pilot recently attempted a crash landing in Florida. This is dash cam video from Viral Hog showing the pilot attempting to crash land the twin-engine plane before hitting a driver who was on the highway. Authorities say the driver was taken to hospital but only suffered minor injuries. The pilot and their passenger escaped the ordeal without any injury.
London's top stories.
We have breaking news tonight out of Ottawa. The latest in the
breaking news alerts.
I'm tracking an area of severe weather. It'll start.
And watch live.
A development now to a story from City Hall we brought you.
Download the CTV News app.
Welcome back. Finally tonight, a restaurant in the Ottawa area putting a wintry twist on outdoor dining. Tyler Fleming shows us the ski gondolas turned patio experience.
Beach days are back, but the vibe is après-ski.
Very unique.
These aren't cabanas at Grand Pizzeria, Westboro Beach. They're real Swiss Alps gondolas.
We're on mat leave, so we want to do something fun.
Samantha and Jenna are out on a mummy treff, Swiss for mom's playdate.
It's inviting. It's nice to have babies here. Very cozy. The lights are gorgeous. The view is nice.
Where today, along the Kitschy ZB Meekan Parkway, a mist rises over an icy Ottawa river. The gondolas can fit up to 4 people comfortably, and I can tell you it's very cozy in here. It's cold outside, it's nice, there's a heater here, and just in case, they've got nice fluffy blankets.
We wanted to give people the reason to come out to the beach, you know, still enjoy the beautiful view, the beautiful sunset, and, you know, the winter experience.
The popular Italian eatery's full menu is available, where hot meals are quickly delivered to the rustic, dog-friendly cabins.
And the staff is really nice, and yes, just try something a little bit different.
There's a cover charge of $20 per person for lunch and $25 for dinner. The gondolas are popular, so it's best to book online.
There's not a lot of places like this in Ottawa.
And patrons are not disappointed.
It's warm and it's cozy, and you can't beat the view.
It's a great way to spend a nice cold day because it's nice and toasty in here.
The gondolas will be parked here throughout winter's peak until the spring. Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
And that's it for us. Thanks for watching. For your latest local headlines, you can always head to our website. I'm back tonight with your late news at 11. Bye for now.